Guys, this week's director's cut, following on for last week's Halloween, John Carpenter's, we have taken a reimagining of this movie, and it's the Rob Zombie Halloween. Pretty much follows the same story. There is a few other scenes that we will get into, which I think work very well. But Rob Zombie has definitely made it his own. He's done a little bit of homage to the original, but for me, I think he smashed it.
I thought at the start, when I felt like it took me ages to get into it, but by the end of it, I was like, aye. I was happy.
You both watched it for the first time, just for this?
Yes, that was my
How many times have you seen it?
A lot.
A lot. Do you like it?
I would never watch this over any other Halloween. Now,
you wouldn't?
I really like Rob Zombie.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Rob Zombie film.
Yeah.
And I think, and I know we'll get into this later, I think it suffers from being a Halloween film.
Because there's already a blueprint for it.
Because people are always comparing it. You know what? I'm going to say something a bit controversial here. Love the original. I think this is a better movie. I think it's a much better film.
If it had been first.
If the original Halloween was not made, this is a standalone film, is absolutely brilliant.
Aye.
You compare the two of them as horrors. Rob Zombie's a modern day better version of that, and I don't see that very loosely, because I think Carpenter as a director and what he'd done, like you heard us last week singing how amazing Halloween, the original Halloween was. Rob Zombie has taken that and followed the same blueprint, but I think he's made it better.
I think it would be very easy to slate this film
Yep.
and find loads of things wrong with it. And when I first started watching it, that is how I felt. I was like, I'm not liking this. And I was like, how am I going to, because I didn't even want to go on the podcast and sit there and just go, that was pish, didn't watch it. Because that's a shite podcast, but also that by the end, that isn't what I thought about it. At the start, it just took me a wee bit I felt like we got too much Michael Myers, we got too much backstory of him. We got, like, he's obviously being bullied and his mum's a stripper and all these things that make him a bit of a pissed off wee guy, and the whole household situation is shite. And in the first film, we get none of that. Michael Myers just kills his sister because he feels like it, which I think is more, it's more taboo. It's scarier. Like, why are these weird child killers? Why does it happen? But there's almost a sort of motive for him being the way he is. And then he just goes off the deep end and goes ballistic. So it almost, Rob Zombie kind of justifies why he's evil. Whereas in the first Halloween, you've no justification. He just is. And that's it. And I think that's a better premise for a film. But as the film went on, I enjoyed it more.
I like that as a premise for a film, but no Halloween film.
Why?
I don't want to know anything about Michael Myers. I think, as you're saying, Ross, it is scarier that you don't know anything about him.
Absolutely.
And as opposed to Rob Zombie being like, he comes from an abusive, broken household. He's been nurtured this way. It's not just his nature.
Just violent with the mum.
It should just be. It shouldn't be Michael Myers. That's obviously just me personally. And I know that's a bias because I'm just not looking at this as a film on its own. But I don't think you can, because it is Halloween. So
I get it.
There's still going to be those expectations for me that
I like how he puts a nice wee bow on top of everything and makes it nice. He has that relationship, because obviously Halloween 2, after the original Carpenter, gets a bit muddied in it, where it's like, oh, it's his sister, it's no, it's sister, and then we get the season of witches, and then we have like the Halloween after the original gets muddy. Whereas the way Rob Zombie does it is, it's like, no, it's his sister. It's straight up, this is his sister. And we give him justification of why he's going back to the town. Whereas the original Halloween, why does Michael Myers go back to his hometown? Doesn't he? He just wants to kill folk.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Do you use like the sister plotline?
Yes. I like specifically the photograph. I like that. So like
the scene where he like brings it out and
I like that sort of. That was probably the turning point for me where I went, I'm in. Like, kind of was starting to pull me back over. But did you know that was his sister? No,
you didn't. I just kind of assumed it was his sister.
The policeman talking, like, I drove her over and dropped her off
3 times over.
Aye.
Like, what's he doing? Just like
abducting a child that's now missing, and you're the police. It was the way they set it up was a bit odd, but I liked it.
Mm-hmm. I know we're going to get into this, but I liked the whole film, everything about it. I liked how gory it was. I liked the psychological parts here. I liked the fact that we got loads of Michael Myers because that's what we want, don't we? We tune in to see Halloween films, to see carnage for Michael Myers, and I think this version of Michael Myers is chaotic, and
he goes on like 3 massacres.
And I do like the mask. The mask is one of the best masks.
Well, this Michael Myers is the scariest Michael Myers.
Yep.
Like
6 foot
6'7".
7.
He's played by Tyler Mane, who was like a performer.
He was a WCW wrestler.
Yes.
Is he?
So he's a massive guy, and just I think that for me, my favourite part of the film is how fucking scary Michael Myers is in it.
Do you know who else he played? He's been in the X-Men film. He was Sabretooth. So you remember he also revamped that role in the new Deadpool film, but he's Sabretooth from the X-Men original movie.
I like as well that they had the Ghost Bob part and things like that.
Yep,
like those wee bits
where he stabs him and sticks him to the wall. That still annoys me because that knife's not long enough. It can't get through the body, and it can't. Like, I'd like to have seen Rob Zombie realise that was an error from the original Halloween and just drove it in that wee bit further.
Not a lot of force either. He just kind of like
that would have been a very Rob Zombie thing to do for him to like, leave the knife in with the handle sticking out the way it is, and then just fuck it in even more. That would have been a nice thing.
The gore parts that I liked a bit actually, where he does the bullying, and then because that's the sort of first killing, isn't it? Where he sets about him with a big fucking log and he's got the clown mask on.
That mask's creepy.
Aye, because it's a common fear, clowns and stuff like that. So, but at the same time, I was like, that's a bit of a shite bully. Like, we could have stereotyped that bully up a bit more.
Have you seen the bloopers for this film?
No.
Right, we'll watch it. I've got the link because I was like, I'll save it. The bully is tremendous. There's a couple of bloopers, and Loomis is even funnier. He's such a...
I like Loomis.
So good. Is he better than the original?
No.
No way. I think all the acting performances are really good. Like, I think
is the final girl better?
No.
You think?
Well, I think
Curtis is better.
I think. What's her name? I've got her name here somewhere. It's like Scout Taylor Compton. I think she does more. Like her Laurie's a bit more fleshed out. Like we get scenes with her and her parents, and I don't know. It kind of makes you want to root for her more. Like because you can see she's got that nice relationship with him. They dive a bit more into like her friends try to set her up with somebody. I know there's like a line in the original, but I don't know. She feels more of like an actual person, which I like.
Aye.
And she also is like so much more kind of helpless, which I do enjoy.
Proper panicking as well, screaming.
Finds a friend, stabbed.
Yep.
So I suppose they're maybe...
I think I'm going to say it, she's a better actress and as you're saying, a better character. So already we're getting into this. Yes, we all love the original, and it's very, very hard to go against the original and be like, the original shit. But when we compare it like for like shots, and we've got Michael Myers, who's a much bigger guy, so we've got a better version of Michael Myers, haven't we? We've got a scarier Michael Myers.
It's a scarier for sure. Aye, scarier.
We've got a better Laurie. Maybe we fall short on the Loomis. We fall very short on Loomis.
They follow like what the original did and like kept the biggest name actor for the Loomis role. It's obviously Malcolm McDowell, most well known for A Clockwork Orange. When I was looking at his like the rest of his like IMDb and his sort of filmography, he's not in anything else that big. Like A Clockwork Orange is maybe like the only huge film that he's been in.
But he's one of these. He's one of these actors that you'll be watching a movie and you'll go, oh my god, that's Loomis, that's McDowell. He's one of these guys who'll just appear every once in a while. He's the quintessential English guy you rope in. And we spoke at this last week about who you can replace him with. The same again. That's that kind of guy you can replace him with. You know he's a good actor. You know what he's been in.
And you know he'll do a job. But I like this sort of his attempt, like, no, Michael, it's me, Samuel, like to try and appeal to the human side of him, even though the kid's not said a word for 15 years.
Tell me he's heartbroken when he kills Danny Trejo.
Aye.
Because you're like,
we'll get it.
I was like, you bastard.
Right, well, we do our before we go into our favourite scenes, one thing that really didn't work for me with Loomis, see when he first shows up at the school and he's got the long hair, it's awful. It's awful.
He's a cool hippie, like, he's a hippie, he's like, hey, man.
Hey, young people.
It's so bad. Right, fight of the night.
Can I buy marijuanas?
Favourite scenes.
Favourite scene? It has to be Big Bob. No, Big Bob. I had written down his name. The truck stop scene.
Big Joe Grizzly.
Big Joe Grizzly has to be the best scene.
Brilliant.
He steals that scene.
Full beef curtain shot as well on the porno mags he's got. I was surprised at that. I was
so Big Joe Grizz and
he
absolutely tremendous. The lines he's got.
I've got one of the lines here because that's him.
Is that in your funniest moment?
Like he's talking to Myers through a stall and he's like, heads up, I've got a Taco Deluxe Supreme talking back at me, so I'm going to be a while.
And the way the big stinking feet
like,
go under the door.
If you can go and find yourself somewhere else to hide.
My favourite part about that scene is see when Joe Grizzly's got the knife and Michael's banging his hand against the stall and the camera's shaking. I love like that wee bit.
It's a cool scene. And especially, it's not, because it could have just literally went in there and stabbed him, knocked him and over, but it's actually like a proper fight scene where it's like banging, the walls are starting to move and they're starting to bend and you're seeing actual real-time damage.
And he's kind of a rough guy, that Joe Grizzly. Like he's a trucker, he's expecting bother, he's got a knife on him, like something could happen here and he's kind of prepared for it and he's no bothered that this big guy's giving him grief because he's used to a bit of grief. He's probably a rough dude, so yeah.
I also like that they introduce him with like Tom Sawyer playing. It's just cool. And like as soon as you see him, you're like, I like him. He's going to die, but I really fucking like him.
The music in the film hits so well.
The soundtrack's wild. It's got like Kiss, Rush, obviously, Alice Cooper. It shouldn't have a soundtrack this good.
They made the music important though, because a lot of scenes where they're putting on headphones and listening to music, so they're obviously making a point of this is the music we want to run with this.
Well, speaking of the music, one of my like sort of favourite wee nods, I've actually got it here. Before he kills Judith at the start, she's listening to Don't Fear the Reaper.
Yes.
Before Linda dies, she's listening to Don't Fear the Reaper, which I don't know, there's probably not much reason that was in the original film. It's obviously just playing on the radio when Laurie and Annie are in the car. And I don't know, it's just like a nice wee nod.
I'm listening to you talk about this film, and it seems like you're actually convincing yourself that you like the original more than this.
I do like the original more than this.
No way, man. I can hear in your voice, and I heard you last week.
No, there's just...
Like, there's all these wee elements that you've picked up as a guy who enjoys films, but nobody wants to go against the grain, go against Carpenter.
There's nice stuff in this film that I do like, but I still would never pick to watch this over either the original or even the 2018 one.
I think as well, though, for the actors and actresses in this film, they have something to base it off of. They have a person to go by, whereas the original Halloween cast, a lot of them inexperienced actors, and also no one to go, like you said, that you gave the scare meter example last week. There's how scared do I need to be here, or who do I need to be like here? There was nobody to kind of base it off of for the first cast. This casting go, right, I need to be this and I'm going to add X, Y and Z. So they've had time to watch it, think about it, and how can I then add on top of this character to make it better?
I think you saying with the fear meter there, I think for this, I just feel like if it was a thing, everyone should always be at a 10.
Aye,
like there's never a time where Michael Myers is there and you're like, right, this guy creeps me out a wee bit. I think it should always be cranked right up to a 10.
He's not just having a slow drive around town.
No,
he's
no way.
Fucking,
he's got a bit of pace on him as well. What are you going for your favourite scene?
The breakout. Like, I don't like the origin story, but the breakout is fucking so good. Like, see the music
Dark as well.
The music is just so... Did you see while we're on this? Did you watch the director's cut or the theatrical one?
I think I was director's cut.
So, is your breakout screen what would you call them? The wardens. They're trying to rape a female inmate.
No.
Right. So that's the director's cut, and that's how Michael gets out. Is like two orderlies. We'll say two orderlies are trying to they throw like a female inmate into Michael's cell, and they try to rape her, and then he fucking steps in and takes his chance. Aye.
Wow.
But obviously the sort of the theatrical release is like the cops escorting him. but that one's my favourite one. Like the music
Doesn't
is.
he actually say on that for me?
Do you not? Surely you just remember what you've seen.
Well, we definitely never seen that.
I never saw
the
anybody
guy. The guy's
Right,
totally
you
against
watched the
sex.
theatrical then.
Guy's totally against sex.
But
Aye.
aye,
What you go for your favourite scene?
The breakout, but it was specifically when Trejo's like, come on, and just tries
Come
to
on, Mikey.
and just tries to put the cuffs back on him, and I was like, didn't he do him in, man? And because the brutal thing is he kills Trejo and Samuel both particularly brutally.
Mm-hmm.
Like he makes a point, even though they were the only cunts who've ever been good to him, I'm not just going to stab you and leave you in a bloody mess. I'm a proper.
he plays with Trejo.
Aye,
He's playing
dunking
about
him in that, and I'm like, you're going to proper fuck him up. Why would you do this? And then obviously,
Does he kill Trio? Because
Aye.
at the end he's lying and he's like,
And then he smashes the telly on his head.
he's dead.
I've got back.
That's
He pulls the telly. That's right. He's the old school 90s telly and just boom.
like the proper prison corner TVA, and then
right,
bounces it on
I
her.
forgot about that.
And then obviously the Dr. Loomis's eyes get like it.
I think they definitely had to do that with Danny Trejo though, to show like this is if there was one person that Michael Myers was ever going to spare, this is it, and he's even more brutal with him. So like that's it.
I thought the scene where Trejo, where he's out mopping the in front of the cell, and he's like, "Hey, Mikey," and he goes over to the door. I felt it was a wee bit
Forced.
it was. It's like you can't lock you up in your head. And I was like,
He did a bit of time in prison, Danny Trejo. Yeah, he done a wee. I think he got accused of a murder and ended up getting found no guilty. But I think he done about 7 or 8 years. I've got his biography. It's good. But he's a good actor, Trejo, for scenes like that. For that type of. The janitor, like
he made it better. He made the couple of moments better.
for sure.
Have you ever watched Machete?
Yes,
I've really good. I really like Danny Trejo.
So do I, man.
got to like a wee bit of Trio.
Aye.
Your favourite scene's the truck stop.
I just like how it is, and he's obviously telling him to watch out. He's like, look after his truck. He goes into the toilet. He's sitting. He's got the Scuddy mag, and then this sort of
You bad.
aye, and it's the feet. The feet are disgusting, and he's still in his schmuck or whatever you might call it. His like nightgown thing, his like incarceration robes. And you're like, right, he's getting his, you know what's happening here because you know he's got that orange mask, which is also creepy in the sense of masks. I like this sort of infatuation with the masks all over the wall.
I don't like that.
You don't?
No.
And making them and stuff.
I don't like the making them and that there's hundreds of them all over the wall. I get obviously they're trying to, because they kind of nod to it and like see when he's killing the bully and he lifts the mask up and looks at him and then he pulls the mask down before he actually kills him. It's trying to get, I don't know if it's trying to get to like he needs the mask.
Right,
Like,
he's almost a different person who's got the mask on.
which I get, but I don't like that he just sits and makes them all day. Can you imagine Michael Myers for the original just sitting paper mache in his fucking cell all day?
Nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do. Do you think
But
it's
he shouldn't he?
Do you
Michael
think
Myers
it's to
should
do
just-
with like the
just sit
abusive house? Like when he's the wee clown boy, what you doing and like all of that? I don't know. Maybe going a bit deep with it there. I'm not sure.
I found the masks creepy. And see if I was Dr. Loomis or his mum, I'd been like, get that fucking hang off.
And like, why have you got the black mask? Do you remember he's sitting talking to Loomis and it's an all black one? And like, why is it black? It's not a colour. And
Well, he says to his mum as well when his mum comes to visit him. He's like, I like wearing the mask, it hides my ugliness. And she's like, no, take it off. Don't say that.
Also, his mum is very calm and going to see him after he's absolutely brutalised the family. Like, that mum is clearly allowing him to be a murderer. Like, that's all right, I'm going to come and see you.
I never liked him anyway. It's all right. Aye.
Aye.
Did
She's Rob Zombie's wife.
Right, will we do our punchlines?
I think
Funniest moments.
We got Big Joe Grizz.
I've got Big Joe Grizzly.
Have you got the video? Because he's got a couple of heaters in there. Dank ass feet.
Is the magazine called Skank?
Hey, buddy, give you a heads up. I got a Taco Deluxe Supreme talking back at me, so I'm gonna be a while. So, do you mind waiting somewhere else and let me pass this beast in peace?
Aye. Let me pass this beast in peace.
That's a good one.
Brilliant.
I see when he like threatens him as well. I like that line as well, if you can keep it going.
looking for some kind of action, you better take it on the arches before I'm done dropping this load. Or you gonna be one sorry a-hole. I see. What we got here is failure to communicate. You just hold on, Daisy. I've got something for you. Let me introduce myself. I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch. I'm gonna cut that mask right off your face.
I really like that. See, even when he sees who's on the other side of the door, still up for it.
He's
Not phased one bit. No.
What we got here is what film's that for? What we got here, cracking scene, steals the show. You want more? I want to see a film just about Grizz.
I also enjoyed the first scene, and it's like introducing you to like Michael's family. See the stepdad, obviously awful, terrible human being, absolutely horrible situation for like the rest of the Myers to be in.
The big sister too.
Exactly, but the actor does a good job of making his lines funny. I'll choke the chicken and drain the snorkel.
So there was one of these like sort of wee, when I started doing the research for it, that actor broke his leg, and that's why he's in the cast. He broke it just before filming.
That's why he's like, I'll come over there, and he's just sitting about doing that. Kind of makes it better.
They just kind of make
his arms in a cast as well, aren't he?
I know he's got like a couple of fingers,
and it says like "suck it" on the cast for him giving the finger to cunts. It's brilliant. Like he's so funny in it, even though he's the most fucking disgusting person ever. And then when he's like that, he's like talking to like Michael, the wee boy, holds up his arm. He's like, as soon as this heals, I'm gonna fucking break it again on your face. Like he's an awful person.
Aye.
But
you don't feel bad at all when he dies.
No.
And once Michael's obviously crossed the line of killing the bully, but
why would he not kill him?
Why would he not just fuck it? We're too late now. Might as well.
What was your funniest?
It sounds bad, but it's when Dr. Loomis goes, "It's me, Samuel." Like I was like, oh, that's just. And then I know it's not meant to be funny, but I just found it funny, just the way he did that. Like, you're trying to appeal with this monster who's not gonna have it, and you know what's gonna happen. And I wish he hadn't said it. I wish he'd tried something different.
You never the first quote you've got from Michael's father.
What?
Maybe I'll choke the chicken and drain the snorkel.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, minging.
And then I'm sure the full hang is maybe I'll choke the chicken and drain the snorkel all over those flappy tits. I'm sure that's like the whole quote.
Because they've got pictures of the mum and stuff. The bully's got a picture of the mum in his pocket and all that.
I think like the humour in the film is like, again, it's so Rob Zombie, and you're going to get that in every single Rob Zombie film, and there's going to be people who watch this and think this just disgusting. Like I don't like this. I think it is very divisive for people.
For sure.
When this film was out, how well did it do?
I'll tell you right now, because actually I'm sure it was a budget of 15 million, and then it grossed 80 million at the box office. It was still a success.
People are always going to go and see Halloween. If you see Halloween, you're going to go and see it. And then
they released this one 2 months early. So they didn't release this on Halloween. They released it 2 months early because they didn't want it clashing with Saw. And I don't know if they've both got the same studios and they wanted the Saw to do better.
I don't. Well, this was
August. This was released.
It was Weinstein that was producing this.
I heard there was a lot.
And then Saw's Lionsgate.
Right.
So I think it's and Saw. I think it was Saw 4 maybe. So it's obviously it's established at that point, and people are going to see this
every Halloween to see this. For all the interviews that Rob Zombie's given over the years, he said he hated working with the Weinsteins, hated it. They didn't want them to destroy. They were protecting the Halloween franchise, but in doing that, they sort of made this a horrible experience for Rob Zombie. And then when they asked him to come back and do the second one, because as you said, it made a lot of money, he was like, right, I'm going to get a wee bit more rain. And they were like, nope.
Bad guy all round, eh?
The Weinsteins. The Weinsteins.
Right. Next segment, we'll do fantasy fights. Which fighter could exist in this universe? Not recasting, just which fighter can exist in this Rob Zombie universe.
But you can't pick Joe Grizzly.
To be an MMA fighter?
You can pick Grizzly to be an MMA fighter.
No, that works.
He works.
Aye, I'm on board with that.
In the same way Michael Myers, you have him as a heavyweight.
And I would say Danny Trejo too.
No, because like I know obviously like they kind of like hint at him doing time and stuff like that, but he seems nice and soft.
Aye.
He seems like he's left that behind him.
Mate, that's loads of MMA fighters when they retire. Come pure nice guys. Get Paul's nice now.
Aye, well, maybe if you catch young Danny Trejo in his prime,
Aye.
he could do some damage, but I think he's maybe he can move into a coaching role as well.
I think you could get Bryce Mitchell on this easy.
That's exactly what I said.
You
Did you?
could easily get Bryce Mitchell.
I looked at it in the sense that like every Rob Zombie character is super exaggerated, super over the top. Like there's no just normal people in it, and if they do, like Laurie's parents, they're getting killed. So
Go on.
Sean Strickland is like that sort of
just over the top.
Aye.
The three I had were Colby Covington, Diego Sanchez, and Bryce Mitchell.
Where do you put Colby Covington? Let's break this down. Where do you put him in this? Like you say, he's living in this same universe. Where do you put him in this?
I'm saying the Colby Covington like character, like the character that he portrays. I don't know, maybe he's like fucking running for senator or something like ridiculous. Like he's running for some sort of political office, and all the fucking like the rednecks, like Michael Myers' stepdad is voting for him. Vote for Colby. He's winning a wee badge. Got it on his fucking cast.
Michael Myers just going to hold him and just rips his face to shreds. I like that.
I like Khalil as Michael Myers.
No, but mind, this isn't like recasting.
This isn't it?
This is just like who can exist here. And again, I think
Khalil's living in this world.
Aye. I think Khalil thinks he is in this world.
I think Michael Myers would be scared of Khalil.
Aye, I would be too.
He's like, I might just go back to the Khalil's hunting me.
Aye.
I think you need to look at these characters in the UFC who are a little bit hick.
But almost play into their own stereotype.
And that's why I think Bryce Mitchell's
Bryce Mitchell is a stereotype.
He's like a kind of country guy cranked up to a 10.
Which
that's
is
why
what,
he'd fit in there. And he's definitely getting killed on some sort of tractor or something. Michael Myers is needing a new pair of overalls, and there's wee Bryce Mitchell.
The gun shop owner, quite a stereotypical character. The bully, quite a stereotypical character. Try to think of what other ones.
Could you get Chiwewe in it as one of the bullies with his wee hair lip?
oh, maybe.
Got
That's
the
a
same
good
haircut.
shout.
He's just a wee young guy.
That's a good shout.
He would be all right.
You could also have, this is an old one, but Sage Northcutt as one of the boyfriends. One of the American Sons.
Like it.
The boyfriends are kind of ugly in this film though.
Judith's, and at the start, he's stinking.
And the lassies pure insult them. The lassies are horrible with them. You notice that? Like you're a -5 because he fucking shoots early and stuff like that. We've all been there.
And Linda makes Bob get him the beer still.
Aye. After calling him a -5,
Rob Zombie loves titties.
He does.
Rob Zombie is a classic titties guy.
He loves his wife's titties.
Aye.
Like you're the dancer. I'm making you the dancer.
I know.
Yes.
Everyone's going to see them. I'm trying to think of it. There is an awful lot of tit shots. Hey, what's wrong with the first boyfriend? The wee ginger guy?
No, like see Judith when Michael's is still a wee boy and he's got the pure long hair.
Wee guy killed.
That he just looks. No, he's not.
Who
He's
makes a
not
sandwich sitting down? That annoyed me.
Who makes a
that's
sandwich?
weird.
He goes into that fridge and picks up the good cold meat and makes it sitting down.
I would not be like. See, if I was like a guest in that house, I would not be eating any food.
Disgusting.
No way.
All of them are quite
He looks like Cliff Burton for the original Metallica. Do you remember this wee guy?
Aye.
Sorry, buddy. And he goes
Aye.
upstairs to panel
He looks...
And he's the one who brings the Myers mask.
her. Aye.
He's like, "Come on, babe, I want to do with the mask on."
Aye. He's a weird guy.
I liked the fact that he kept the mask in the house as well, and it was underneath the loft floorboards with a knife. I liked that.
There was a sort of... it's like he does want to be the original... I'm going to word this badly. It is like he's tried to improve on the first Halloween and tried to go, rather than make it his own version, I think, sometimes. But then he's known himself for the gore and stuff like that. It was quite up at those points, I was still like, this is going to be a bit of a struggle and stuff like that.
So, Rob Zombie actually messaged Rob Zombie messaged John Carpenter to get his blessing before he made this film. So he was asked to do this film, and he was like, he wants to get the blessing for John Carpenter, and John Carpenter said, take the film and make it your own. Because I think by that point, he was kind of pissed off with where the world of Michael Myers went, because obviously people have died and they brought them back to life, and then Jamie Lee Curtis was involved and she wasn't involved, and then so he was like, listen, see if you're going to do it, make it your own.
Do you think he's done that?
I think he is.
So John Carpenter, he originally wanted Halloween to be like an anthology series where none of them are related at all. They're just under this umbrella of Halloween. So see Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, nothing to do with Michael Myers.
That's what he wanted.
That's what he wanted. He wanted none of them to be connected. Michael Myers was a one-time thing. But then obviously the reception it got, the studios were like, right, well, he needs to be a thing.
Became such a cult character,
almost just like Halloween stories. When you go to the cinema on Halloween weekend or whenever it is, you would go and see maybe Halloween 1, which is Michael Myers, or the Season of the Witches where the masks are. Have you seen this?
I like it. I don't mind it.
It's about masks that are this company. Are they called Shamrock? It's been years since I've seen it. They're called Shamrock, and people put on the masks, and then the masks basically
brainwash them,
go into their mind and turn them into like mental cases. The scene I always remember is the pumpkin where he's like scratching it and it's like blood's coming through it. It's a pure gory scene.
Nothing at all to do with Michael Myers. Like, just, it's still called Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Absolutely nothing to do with any other Halloween character.
It was one of the ones my gran had gave us on video, and it was like one of these extra big boxes. Do you remember? It was like, no, this was like a big box. Was it big? So anyway, it was much bigger than it. Like, see when you had them all fitted in your shelf, your bookshelf or video shelf, whatever you might call it, VHS shelf. The box was too big. It was like they were all one length, and then just this massive big box, and that was what we had. Aye.
Do you think the character of Michael Myers has made it? He himself has become such a big character that it's made it very hard to make follow-on films for the first one. Like, he's such an overwhelming character.
I don't think so, because when you think about the 2018 one, they took Michael Myers and went, right, let's scrap all this nonsense that happened up to this point. We're going to go Carpenter, and we're going to go 2018. And I think 2018 was a crack film.
I just think for Rob Zombie, like, there's always going to be, like you say, he's gone to Carpenter and said, and been told, go and make it your own. Is that too big a job with such a big character? Because you're already expecting this from him.
Well, I think that's kind of going back to my issue with it, where I think this would be a better film if it wasn't Halloween.
If it was just its own like, slasher.
If it was just a Rob Zombie film, so it was probably a fucking tough thing to do to remake Halloween, but
I think he smashed it.
I got in it and enjoyed it.
Yep.
Will we do our title contenders and recast the actors? This is kind of hard to do because we already done the original Halloween, but I had a couple like new ideas. So someone who actually auditioned for the role of Laurie was Emma Stone.
I'd seen that as well. And there was another girl. Do you know the girl who's in, she plays Supergirl?
And like the new film or like on the TV series?
On the TV show. So she was also in Barry Allen's Flash. So this girl, she applied to be Laurie. Obviously didn't get it. But Emma Stone, that'd have been a sleeper, because if she'd made this film, would her career would it have went on to be the career that she's had?
Or what are you saying? You think it would have like
typecasted her? I think so, because look what it done to Jamie Lee Curtis or anybody else that's played the final girl. It's very hard to get away from that.
You're always the horror girl, eh?
She was doing Superbad in 2007.
Great film.
She's the girl that you fancy. She's the classic hot girl in your year, which you might be able to hit.
He's got to get her behaviour though. And that's the mission.
I don't know. I think she would have been. Fine now, because she's not in any horrors really. She's done Zombieland, which I wouldn't say is a horror, and like all of her roles are kind of.
Yeah, but
I don't know. She's all over the place.
If she's been pigeonholed in this area, it's hard to get out of it.
But I think she still would have been fine. See, because like the film critically didn't do well. People would maybe be like, "Wait, we'll no cast her." So it could have maybe hurt her in that sense that people are like, right, she was in fucking Halloween, she'd maybe know that
But
great.
obviously hadn't been as big as John Carpenter's Halloween.
I think it's going horror films as an actress or actor.
Risky.
Aye,
Be a slippery slope.
there's not very many people can make that jump, apart from Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp in the original
Aye.
Nightmare on Elm Street. And
What about, do you know what like, Leonardo DiCaprio's first film role was?
Critters.
Critters
Critters
3.
2. Was it 3?
And he's a wee boy, so he's managed to escape that as well. Leprechaun, aye.
So there is actors that have went on and
Broke away from it.
broke away from it, but I can imagine it's very, very hard.
Do you think it's better for these type of horrors to use mostly unknown?
I think so.
Aye.
Because as well, the first Halloween, that was the thing. Like you say, the majority of the budget went on Dr. Loomis, and the rest of the cast were really quite far down the totem pole, eh? And is that an important factor in these films?
I think so. I think you don't want to have a connection with any of them.
Because could you be guilty of going, oh, that's such and such from like we were just doing there? So is it better to have characters who aren't in any other big roles? They are breakthrough actors or new. And also the thing with most horror films is it's not older people. It's usually younger people. They're supposed to be teenagers. They're supposed to be like
It could be anyone.
exactly.
It's your neighbour.
The teen couple, they've snuck up. Like, how many horror films is that the premise? The teen couple have snuck away and they get murdered.
What about the teen couple using the Myers?
That's what I was just about to say, because
Is
On the
that-
flare,
Aye.
on the floor.
disgusting.
Aye. Like
The house
this
is a crack den.
Aye.
It's a crackdown.
And because in the original, what they do
Not
is
been there,
they take the wee girl to Tommy Doyle's house, and Laurie babysits them together so that the couple can have this nice empty house.
Yep.
And they're just like, fuck it.
Fuck it, we'll just have sex in a dusty flare with a couple of blankets.
Chuck her covered in
Aye.
and hit me raw.
And there's a line where she's like talking about, is she like a hoe? Remember she phones up Laurie and they're talking about her being a slapper?
I remember her on the phone, but I can't mind her saying she's
It's something like that. She's like a hussy, I can't remember. Yes, by all means you are.
she is,
You're
absolutely.
lying in the manky flare.
Mm.
Do you like El Bob getting the pumpkin stuck in the nut and the way he's hung up in this one?
Aye.
He's just swinging.
I like the Bob character in this one. Have you ever felt bad for him, eh?
He's sent to go and get the beers in the car. He's looking through.
And he gets told that he's lucky she even lets him touch him.
But let's be honest. We're lucky they let us touch them at that age.
Bob's not a looker. Bob's not a looker.
Any young
No.
guy,
Got-
any young guy that's
got
getting
to-
a bit of tail
He's
at
got
that
to keep
age,
his specs on me. I had glasses as a younger guy.
I don't know. I think the boyfriends were, apart from Judas in the start, I thought they were all right. Maybe I'm thinking of what's Annie's boyfriend, Paul.
Why is this photo black and white?
Clint Howard and the William, is it?
No, it's not these guys.
No. So Clint Howard, he was meant to have a bigger role. He was one of the. See, when Loomis goes back to they phone up Loomis and say, "Listen, you're going to have, remember he's in bed. You're going to have to come back to the asylum. What's happened?" And Michael Myers has escaped. There was loads of scenes, you've probably seen it, in fact, which were cut out. They cut out a lot of the German guys' scenes, and that Clint Howard, who is Russell Howard, not who's Ron Howard's brother.
Why were all the scenes cut out?
I have no idea. Do you know the German guy I'm talking about?
Mm.
If you pull up the names again.
Just didn't fit.
Aye, he's a classic Rob Zombie character, this guy.
What, Bob?
Who's playing Bob, sorry.
Aye.
We'll go back to that.
Aye, maybe he is a bit stinking. I think I'm thinking of Paul.
And he takes pelleters.
Aye, he's like classic, like mid 2000s, like attractive Justin Bieber type guy.
On the university football team.
Aye, so I think he's
American boy.
pretty perfectly cast.
Yeah. So go back to the characters. Let me have a look at these guys.
Do you know who this is? The guy who plays the sheriff?
Yes.
In bracket.
Aye.
Do you know what he's most famous for?
Chucky.
Yes.
He originally voiced the Chucky character from the Child's Play franchise. Also on that note, do you know, I know we get to this, we'll get to it, so don't worry about it. I'm trying to find this German guy.
Udo Kier.
Yes.
Aye. Now that
So
you've said
him
that.
and
Morgan.
Clint, they had a much bigger role and they ended up just cutting it. I have no idea why, but there you go.
While we're still on recasting, What about this for Loomis?
Liam Neeson.
So, yes, but would you be guilty of being like, it's Liam
I
Neeson
have a
for
particular
Taken,
set of
it's Liam Neeson, do you get what I mean? Would you be guilty of doing that?
I don't think so, because if you look at Donald Pleasance and if you look at Malcolm McDowell, these are two fucking like
Actors
very
with a
highly
lot of
regarded
Gravity.
exactly. So
I like Bob Hoskins.
I think that's a good one as well.
Take
Adrian
Hoskins over Liam Neeson.
You'd take
Liam Neeson's
Hoskins.
a good shout. That's my own bias, because I'd be like, when I'm watching Liam Neeson, I'd be like, well, obviously he's going to track Michael Myers doing no bother.
I think.
Do you know what I mean?
I
Well,
look
he
at
does.
it-
He does
He
as
does track
well.
him down.
I think Liam Neeson could play like a softer Loomis, who like is more like
Schindler's List.
where he's more focused on trying to get through to Myers, and it's like hurting him that he can't. I can see that version of Liam Neeson and not like the Taken fucking badass Liam
Star
Neeson,
Moms and stuff
like the Love Actually Liam Neeson.
I think that's a good shout.
Aye. Sold that to me. Both of yous.
Right,
Did
well,
you have
do-
MD for young Michael Myers? Is there
Nah.
MD you'd put in there?
No. I think even though like I don't like it, I think the guy who does the young
He's
Michael
very good.
is good. Aye,
He's
he's don't
creepy.
like him. Aye,
Straight. Aye, he's a weird kid.
looks like he'll grow up to be
Aye.
a school shooter or fucking Michael Myers.
Have you actually seen what he looks like now?
And he's got a weird name, doesn't he? He does.
He looks like a school shooter.
Is
Got
he
some
a
muscle
trans
on.
person?
I don't think so. Well, Daig Neargard Ferch, also known as Great Daig or Dinkerboom. I'm going to actually have to just put a title on the fucking episode so that people can see what I've tried to say there. American actor, singer-songwriter and rapper. Perhaps best
Rapper.
known for his portrayal of young Michael Myers in Rob Zombie's horror remake Halloween. So he's not really done anything else. Aye. So he's not done much.
He's a wee guy,
Canadian
Ram.
Dane.
Aye.
You can see that.
Weird guy.
Definitely unusual.
Will I send you? Can I send you this bloopers? Because it's actually worth a watch. It's worth a little. Wait till you see Loomis is a madman.
It's not a film that I can see
Well,
having good
You're having a
bloopers.
laugh on the
What I will say though, see, and I know he's not a big part of it, see this guy. He plays the cemetery
clown.
cave hangman. He's in like pretty much every Rob Zombie film, and like he plays the bad guy. Like you can see there, his character name. Like Rob Zombie's got a trilogy, and it's like The Devil's Rejects, Three from Hell, House of a Thousand Corpses, and he's a character in all of them, and he's a bastard. But apparently he's like the most nice, lovely guy on set ever. Anytime there's like child actors, he makes them feel so comfortable.
was he in Halloween?
What, this one? He's the graveyard guy.
Is he?
Aye.
I never even put two and two together when I seen him.
So I suppose if he was there, then it's probably going to like boost the morale a wee bit. Right, I've got these.
I don't think he's in any of the bloopers.
Yes, I do believe that was the boogeyman. You must be fucking joking! Use the front fucking door, the bell's working!
That hair is so bad.
wild day.
Oh, thank God. Is this her? It's Loomis. Jesus Christ, it's Loomis. It's okay. Alright, can we think of it as She looks like a lovely man. She's got the legs for it, doesn't she? I don't want to make any quick diagnosis here. He could be a right nutter. Because
I don't think I'll be able to have this on because there's like music playing in the background of this that I can hear. But
That's
it
fine,
seems like
we'll just put a link in.
it seems like Malcolm McDowell's full of nonsense when he's recording this.
Mate, he's full of he's batshit. It gets worse.
He's just having a mad one.
Right, well, we'll do some trivia.
Some trivia. Bring your trivia over.
So I won't, because I forgot we do this. I forgot to Google a trivia. I'm sorry.
I had got some.
And what's
trivia.
worse is I actually looked down through the Halloween's on Prime because it sometimes gives you some facts.
So, body count. Did you get the body count for this in comparison to the original?
No, but it must be way higher.
7 in the original. Higher is obviously. It's 22. The body count is 22. And there's some people say, well, he didn't really kill one of the cops, one of the security guards, because he uses it as a shield, remember? As the woman shoots him with a shotgun. And he's like, well, he didn't really kill him. Right, you're right, it's 21 then, but 22 is the body count for this.
Do you know who he doesn't kill, though? Annie.
She's still
She
barely
survives.
alive,
I had the...
Telling her to hold on.
One I found was, it was also filmed in Pasadena in California, same as the original. And they had a nice wee nod. So see, when Laurie first notices Michael, like staring at her and her friends, he's actually standing in front of what was Laurie's house in the original film. Which is, I like wee sort of nice nods like that.
That was a good scene as well, but then they still let their friend walk off on their own after seeing a pure weirdo. Remember that?
Oh, and they give him shit, don't they?
They didn't all get in the car.
They give him shit.
You're like,
Aye, they go. I like that they go all in on him on that. Like they proper take the piss out of him.
But see, throughout the film, they're quite a cruel bunch of lassies. They aren't that nice.
So I had John Hunt was considered for Loomis. You'll know him. And I think he kind of fits that role. No, that's not Go actor.
Oh,
Yes.
John Hart. I've searched Hunt there.
Hunt.
John Hart. Aye.
Sorry, that was me. I think I said John Hunt. Aye, he was considered, and I think fits into it. I also had. So see the ending where it just goes black. Did you have this as well?
Yes.
A stunt woman was injured, and so a stunt woman, I think she broke her back. Did she?
So
Out the window.
So see when Laurie's standing in the window and Michael just like
Rugby
American
tackles her.
football tackles her. That's obviously a stunt woman, and she get injured doing that. So that's why it just cuts to black,
So that's why they cut it.
and you don't see the actual impact on the ground because she get fucked up.
Do you think the film could have ended there?
No,
Definitely no.
no.
No,
Way.
I like how it just squeezes a wee bit more.
Do you prefer having the...
Why you need something?
Deborah Myers is the only person not to kill herself. The only person to die in this film, not by the hands of Michael. She commits suicide. What else have I got? The guy who sells this is. I was scrolling for ages. The guy who sells Loomis the gun is the original drummer for the Monkees.
That's pretty cool.
That's a mad trivia.
How'd you wind up there?
Right down a big rabbit hole.
I also found there's like a lot of similarities between like the making of this and the original. Like obviously the biggest actor being for Loomis and Laurie's actress, Scout Taylor Compton. She was also the only actual teenager from the group of teenagers. See, the same way Jamie Lee Curtis was the only teenager, which I don't know. I like it.
It's
Nice and parallel.
the only other one I've got is Malcolm McDowell has never seen the original Halloween.
I've seen that as well.
So these were some of the ones that I had seen.
Which is probably a good thing because he's doing his own. He's like a completely fresh Loomis.
Aye, because like I was saying with actors and actresses, rather than basing it on the performance of X character and then trying to add to that, at least you're getting what he was asked to do, your complete own slant on it.
You know who's just came into my head?
Go on.
What about Ian McKellen for Loomis? Too much gravitas?
I think he's maybe a bit too old.
Too old.
Michael Myers could snap him.
Aye, but that's
like,
what you want.
just-
Michael Myers snapped McDowell as well.
But I don't know. I can't see Ian McKellen being like so like frantic and like running about all urgent.
Trying to actually track him down and grabbing the sheriff and let's get him.
If he tries to
But
pull
when
the
this,
fucking
when this was made, at that point of like 2008, is it
2007 it came out,
2007, we would have had a good younger Ian McKellen.
but he'd have already been Gandalf, and he's like he can't
But then
pull
that's
his.
what I mean. You're wanting somebody who's got a wee bit of something about them.
Big character.
What if he can't be pulling his.
I am a servant of the secret
Aye.
fire wielder.
A wizard is never light. Meanwhile, everyone's fucking eyeballs are splattered.
Yes, well. And we just briefly touched on it. As you said about it easily could have ended after the fall. But I think what you get after the fall is so much more scarier. Where they're in the pool. I think that bit's brilliant. Where she's in the pool, isn't she? And he's like sort of coming down to get her. Loomis comes, kind of saves the day, ends up getting his fucking head bust open, and then ends up in the Myers house.
But I'd like if you just didn't know. Because the first one kind of was more open-ended. Well, I know.
Nah, you'd be so disappointed, I think. Imagine you went to see that for the first time and that's where it hangs. Nah. There's no resolution to that. Unless
I didn't need an ending. I don't need a full stop. I don't need to know. I like to be left and go, I wonder what happened there.
I don't think he had. I don't think Rob Zombie was thinking he was making a 2. So
No.
it was like, right, I'm just going to fucking end this.
I'm going to finish it. Aye. Fair.
Like Loomis is panelled. Everybody's Michael Myers has just had a gun to the head.
Surely not survivable.
Right, performance of the night. Who wins? That's a hard one for me.
Rob Zombie. Rob. We always kind of lean towards the director, but for this, I think Rob Zombie's taking the film, which was
The challenge is so big, eh?
Yep, and he's made it his own. And as you said, Craig, if this wasn't the tagline of Halloween and it was maybe like The Shadow, and it wasn't Michael Myers' mask, and it's just that guy with that creepy mask, you'd have been like, right, aye, that's fucking
the
scary.
clown mask stuff was scary enough. Like it was, and like I said at the start, it was easy to just watch the first half of the film and be like, nah, and come in and shit on it and say, I didn't like this, but you have to separate the two and go, this as a film, is a good film. And I
think
it.
Now that you've said that, I think he had in mind, or what the studio wanted was like a TV series or something like that about like the origin story. And then obviously like the Rob Zombie remake came about, and like I think they kind of asked him to have that included in it, and he did maybe want it to be its own film. Obviously it can't be.
Well, I think I seen something where it was very similar to that, but slightly different, where Rob Zombie wanted to do the prequel.
Maybe that's what I've got in my head.
And they said, no, we don't want that. And they were like, because he wanted to do it in like the point where he was like in the psychiatry ward. That's where they wanted it. He wanted to see what made him Michael. And he didn't really want to touch the original, which would also have been good as well if it was like a prequel to the original Halloween. I'd have been happy with that. But I think all the wee added elements.
There was enough in the story to have done that as well. Like the family situation is horrible. This is why Michael's like this, as opposed to the first one where he just.
Do you think it would have just been darker if you just followed that part of his life? Because see that
as a child,
see that first point to him being the child, to murdering, to killing the bully, to murdering his dad, to blah 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 blah, and then when you see the point where he goes and he sees his sister, you're like, oh my fucking god, he's gonna kill her as well.
Aye, because he is just like, you think you know where it's going, but you didn't really. You don't expect to see him like just sitting there making masks, the guard, like Danny Trejo and the other guard coming in, giving him shit and calling him a weirdo. Do you remember that bit with all these bits add into probably why he is so horrible, but why was he as horrible to start? And I think that's something we're always interested in with these type of characters. Why are they like that? But again, in the first Halloween, I like the fact that he just is. Both are good.
You've put like a wee...
I agree that...
There, but Rob Zombie.
I think
was
he's
this his film that kind of projected him into being a standalone director and not being the rock guy who's doing really...
I think it's the kind of only mainstream Rob Zombie film.
The rest of them are all quite
independent. He's making them himself, and I think he's won in the sense that this was like a chance for him to tap into a new audience. Where there's obviously been a lot of people who've went to theaters and thought that is absolute shite, whereas there's going to be people who've seen that and be like, I want more films like this from this guy. So I think he's probably came out of it best. And he also probably just enjoys making these films. Putting his wife in these films. He always uses the same kind of unknown actors. So he's probably had fun doing it.
I like that.
Aye, he sticks these
friends he has.
Right, judges scorecards. How accurate do we think the film's Rotten Tomatoes score is? 28% critic score and a 59% audience score. So this is like the first film we've done that's like regarded as a bad film.
Yep, I disagree with him totally.
I'm not surprised the critics have done that. The critics
are obviously, when you compare it to a cinematography masterpiece that is Halloween, because that's what it is. Take away the story, you take it when this film was made, and the cutting edge of using the new cameras and using the new way of tracking young Michael Myers through the door. Like, this was all sort of cutting edge. We'd never seen horror films where there was no horror. Because what was the first one? Was it the Texas Chainsaw Massacre had been?
There was Black Christmas and Texas Chainsaw.
So there was also that sort of concept of there being a psychopath
was very new.
Was there. But as you're saying, very new at the same time. So he'd taken that, less gore, and it was all about what your mind was making happen in this movie, rather than I'm just going to show.
That's what I enjoy, though. I do enjoy that.
Right up. So I totally disagree with the audience, and I disagree with the critics.
But I can see why the critics went that way, because they're going to compare it to the first one. So
I think, like, for me, I know I said at the start, like, it suffers from being a Halloween film. If this was its own thing, a completely different character, and there was no relation to the original, it probably would have done better. And I also feel like they crammed all the slasher stuff into the last half hour. See, because they've spent so long establishing his backstory. And I suppose, like, the original's kind of the same in the sense that nobody actually dies. Like, I know obviously the nurse and stuff and the garage driver, but, like, nobody actually dies until, like, 45 minutes in. Whereas this kind of, I don't know, it forgets it's a slasher, and it's like, fuck, we need to kill all these teenagers, like, in 10 minutes.
How are we getting rid of all these people?
Aye, pretty much, aye. But I did still enjoy it. Not as much as the original, not as much as I remember enjoying this from when I first seen it, but aye, I think it was still okay.
Did you watch it with Chloe?
No, she wouldn't watch this.
I see.
She would hate it.
I had to watch it myself as well.
I started watching it sort of like at school finishing time last night, and the kids were kicking about, and I was like, no. As soon as I saw it,
lot of titties.
Later on.
Couple of beef cups.
Aye, later on for that.
I do, as I said, there's a lot of stuff in it I do like the camera shake, the nice wee nods to the original, how scary Michael is. There is a lot to like in it, and I think anyone who hasn't seen it, I would give it a try.
Yep.
Because I don't know, it might be for you.
Give it a fair shake as well, because I think that's what I did. I didn't give it a fair. I was like, oh, this is just going to be, and then it kind of leans into the stereotype too much at the beginning, but it grew on me, and by the end I was like, aye, it's all right. It was okay.
I think the winners is us.
I did like the backstory, though. I did like knowing why Michael Myers was a horrible wee bastard. But it is definitely scarier to have no motive for them being like that. So both can be true.
So that was a breakdown of Halloween, the 2018 Rob Zombie.
2007.
2007?
Yes.
2018's the
reboot.
Hope you enjoyed it. Obviously go and watch it.
Make sure your kids are in bed.
And enjoy it. And go in with an open mind, and don't go in with this isn't the John Carpenter.
Exactly.
Enjoy it. And as always, guys, keep it high.
See you later.